feels amazing. To see the guys come out in full pads. We had 2 really good days of practice in helmets, but you play football with pads on, so we'll get to see what the guys really can do today. We're not putting in a lot of new things because it's more about seeing if they can retain the first 2 days, but with a lot more excitement, a lot more enthusiasm, and a lot more physicality. Well, the first thing is always about basic fundamentals. So with pads on, the very first thing we're going to do is talk about proper tackling techniques. Obviously in the new age of targeting rules, we have to make sure that we're tackling the proper ways, that we're protecting our players, that we're protecting the other team. So we're going to talk about fundamental tackling. Then after that, we'll get into some basic fundamentals like we always do. And at some point during practice, we'll liven it up a little bit. Well, it makes you feel good to know that everyone involved is committed to making FAMU football and FAMU athletics the brand that we know it can be. It starts with our president, Dr. Larry Robinson, and his commitment to bringing our athletic program up to match our academic department. And so bringing in VP Gaucher was a phenomenal move. He brings a wealth of knowledge and experience. He's done some of these things before as an administrator, and he knows what it takes to build a championship caliber program from facilities and infrastructure and branding, and that's what we've been doing. So again, I'm very, very pleased with the progress that we've made. I'm excited about the direction that we're headed in, and this new exclusive deal with LeBron James and Nike, we can really position FAMU to be the premier school at the FCS level.
Afternoon, Rattlers. First of all, I'm sure that all of you know, as I do, that Rattlers strike and strike and strike again. Good afternoon. We want to welcome you to the 2021 Rattler Booster Sports Fundraiser. We're extremely happy to have you here with us today. And I want to tell you that we propose to raise dollars to support our student athletes. Under the leadership of our athletic director, Mr. Courtney Gaucher, we have made a groundbreaking move to the SWAC. We have retained our outstanding coach, Coach Robert McCullough, who has been designated as the outstanding basketball coach of the year. We've retained our outstanding football coach and Coach Willie Simmons. We were named the National Black Football Champions of the Year in 2019. And Bragg Stadium is under renovation. And our field house has been renovated and looks extremely much better than it did previously. We have also had an outstanding academic record on the part of the athletes in our athletic program. We're on the verge of a great season in the SWAC. This is the first time in the history of FAMU athletic department that our golf team has advanced to the regional golf championship, and they have represented us in an outstanding fashion. Our baseball team was the 2019 MEAC champions. Certainly you will agree that this kind of performance on the part of our leadership in the athletic department and on the part of our student athletes means that you should want to support them so that we can continue this excellence. You can do that by giving. Reach deep and give to help us support our athletic program.
Who more than myself, their country loved. Your mercy more than mine. America, America, may God thy gold refine. Oh yes, till all success in nobleness and every gain divine. Oh, beautiful for the spacious skies, for amber waves of rain, for purple mountains, majesty. Above the fruited plain, I'm talking about America, America. God shed His grace on thee. Oh yes, and then He crowned thy good. He did it with brotherhood. From sea to shining sea, America, sweet America, my God shed His grace on thee. Oh, yes, He did, and then He crowned thy good. He did it all with brotherhood. From sea to shining sea. Oh, yes, He did. Oh, my God, I just want to thank you, Lord.
Please welcome the president of the Rattler Booster Board to welcome us, Mr. Selvin Cobb.
Good afternoon, Rattlers. My name is Selvin Cobb. I'm the president of the Rattler Boosters Board of Directors. On behalf of our life members, our regular membership, we would like to thank you for tuning in today to our virtual fundraiser. Now, we have a great lineup of entertainers, and also we have the Marching 100. We have the FAMU Gospel Choir. We have a local entertainment. We just have so much entertainment for you that we would just want you to sit back and enjoy the programming. But I'm going to ask a couple of things of you. First of all, I'm going to ask you to support the Rattler Boosters in our fundraising campaign. To many of you, you may not know that the state of Florida does not contribute 1 red cent to athletics. Athletics have to buy books, they have to pay tuition, they have to pay salaries, they have to cut grass, have to clean up the athletic facilities that we have, and all of that is done from your contributions and our ticket sales. So I'm going to ask you to help us with our number one priority, and that is to raise $159,000 to replace the monies that was spent from the Rattler Athletic Fund to replace the roof at the Gallenville Power Field House. Now, there are several ways you can help us. You can give us a one-time donation. We have what we call a 159er club, and that's where we're asking for 159 rattlers to sign up for $100 for a 12-month period, or you can make a one-time donation. We will accept anything you have to donate. Secondly, I want to ask you to join the Rattler Boosters. I'm going to talk about 2 type memberships that we have. One is for $100, you will be able to become part of the Rattler Booster organization. The other type membership that we have is a Rattler Booster Life membership. And here is a just a copy of the plaque that you would get. This just happened to be mine. I just became a life member a few months ago. But there is a lot of pride in this because you will become a lifetime member. Your $750 will be endowed to fund scholarships into perpetuity. I certainly will appreciate your $100, but most of all, I appreciate you doing the life membership. So thank you for your time, and I would like to say, let's go Rattlers.
We never get to really know who they are. But for the first time, let's meet some of the members of FAMU cheerleaders.
Greetings, I am Amon Baker, a second-year pre-physical therapy student from Tallahassee, Florida. Greetings, I am Jalea Williams, a second-year pre-pharmacy student from Boston, Massachusetts.
Greetings, I am Nairia Hunt, a third-year bio-pre-med student from Panama City, Florida.
Greetings, I am Kayla McKinney, a third-year broadcast journalism student from Atlanta, Georgia.
Greetings, my name is Kayla Priester, and I am a second-year broadcast journalism scholar from St. Petersburg, Florida.
Greetings, I am Alicia Good, a second-year criminal justice student from PG County, Maryland.
Greetings, I am Naila Clarington, a second-year pre-physical therapy major from Atlanta, Georgia.
F-A-M-U, hey! And shake your stuff. Get up, and you get crunk, Come on, Rattlers, and shake your stuff. Get up, and you get crunk, F-A-M-U, hey! And shake your stuff. Get up, and you get crunk, Come on, Rattlers, and shake your stuff. Get up, and you get crunk, F-A-M-U, hey! And shake your stuff. Get up, and you get crunk, Come on, Rattler, and shake your stuff. Get up, and you get crunk, F-A-M-U, hey! And shake your stuff.
Please welcome the 12th president of Florida A&M University, Dr. Larry Robinson.
Thank you, President Selvin Cobb, Colonel Ronald Joe, and the Rattler Boosters for this opportunity to speak with you today. Really to thank you and hopefully inspire you to do even more. Not because of our gluttony, but because of the growing needs of our athletic program and the new challenges we currently face. No one could have anticipated the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic on the world and every aspect of our operations at Florida A&M University. But we are here. While with the development of vaccines, we can now see some light ahead, we're not yet totally in the clear. And the pain will likely persist beyond the cure to the virus itself because many have lost their lives due to this pandemic. But like you, the Rattlers have faced this plague head on and found a way to operate in this challenging environment. Rattlers all over the world were disappointed that we didn't have a 2020 football season or homecoming or a Florida Blue Florida Classic. Hopefully, all of that excitement will return this fall with the return of the Orange Blossom Classic. Maybe, as they say, absence will make the heart grow fonder, or in this case, the venom will be more potent and your support even greater. Of course, our expectations are high, but your support has helped us recruit outstanding coaches, produce outstanding teams, recruit outstanding student athletes, and renovate landmark athletic facilities on this campus. Thank you for all of that. All of Rattler Nation is with you as we execute this year's motto, leave no doubt. Let the world know that Rattlers support Rattlers. I even heard somewhere in the Southwestern Athletic Conference that there are coaches running around with pizza boxes trying to raise money. We can do better than that, Rattler. I do look forward to the fall and hope that this pandemic will be behind us. Rattlers are poised to strike. I definitely am looking forward to the fall with the hopes that indeed this panic will be behind us. So we ask you to be more generous than ever so we can work through this new normal. If you're eligible to get the vaccine, please do so. I did, and we need your support in all of our athletic programs to be successful. And to be successful, we all need to be in good health. Get vaccinated when the time comes. Finally, we have so much to be proud of as we move forward and execute excellence with caring in support of our student athletes. Rattler Boosters, thank you for what you do for Florida A&M University, and let me encourage you to keep striking from the top.
We are headed to the SWAC, and they have no idea what they're in for. The sound of excellence, the precision. Let's watch a preview of what we missed so much in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, the Florida A&M University Marching Band.
Hello, my name is Dr. Shelby Chipman, and I serve as Director of Bands at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University here in Tallahassee, Florida. And also, I serve in the capacity of Florida Music Educators Association President-elect. Here at Florida A&M University, we're very pleased to have the opportunity to work through these very uncertain times as it relates to COVID-19. In the midst of COVID-19, we have prepared ourselves with the university in practicing social distancing, types of rehearsals within the scope of the Incomparable Marching 100. We're meeting 2 days a week and working on some of the music fundamentals as well as marching fundamentals. We're ensuring our students are very safe in how they move about doing the rehearsals, as well as encouraging them following the rehearsals to also practice those types of social distancing activities. We provided our students with masks, as well as bought all of our students individual music stands. And we recently purchased 500 of the bell covers to again distract from the aerosols and particles that might be displayed in some of the from some of the instruments. One of the main things that our health department as well as administration have encouraged us to do is to make sure that the social distancing takes place within the 6 feet formula as well as 9 feet formula, indoors and even outdoors. And the other things that we have employed into our system is making sure that the students know the importance of how they would need to move about during our various rehearsals.
Piggly Wiggly, food for less. Piggly Wiggly is constantly making efforts to make sure we stay stocked with all of the items you need for your family. We partner with local suppliers to make sure you have the freshest meats and vegetables to pick from every day. Visit your neighborhood Piggly Wiggly store in Quincy and on the South Side in Tallahassee. Piggly Wiggly, food for less.
Right hand, left hand, both hands, take it down. Step to the right, step to the left, do a spin with it. Let's do it again. Right, left, both, take it down. You want to do it? We just gave you a whole meal.
What's extremely important, as we look at the different ways our program have grown, from just the upgrades to our team locker room, our player lounge, areas that's extremely important to our current players and the recruiting process. Those things were made possible by our boosters. Money for recruiting, and as we know, few schools alone around the country can rely solely on funding from their schools. So it takes the dedication and the funds from alums and boosters to help maintain programs and grow programs. And so we need those dollars. They're extremely important. And without them, we can't enjoy the success, or our players, their college experience would not be as enjoyable were it not for funding from donors. And nothing's more important than that. And this spring, we have 4 seniors. One of them, DJ Jones, has already graduated, and the other 3 will graduate here at the end of the spring term. But tutors, being able for our academic advisor to travel with us. Anytime we're on a trip that's 4 or 5 days, academic advisor travels with us. We have study hall on the road. So without tutors and academic advisors, the success that they're enjoying would not be possible. And again, dollars from donors go a long, long way in making that happen.
Good morning, fellow Rattlers. I'm Reverend Al Williams, and I'm here to start off our campaign for our boosters for Florida A&M University. Let us pray. Father God, we thank you for the Rattler Nation. We thank you for all the administration. We thank you for the students, the alumni, the boosters, and everyone make up the body. God, we pray that you will continue to bless this university, that we may be able to do the things for the generations to come that you've set in order. God, we ask you to strengthen us, give us the mind, the willpower, and the funds to do things that we have not been able to do in the past. We know that your blessing will continue to shine upon Florida A&M University, who sits on the highest of 7 hills. God, let your power continue to ring from on high. We give you the honor, we give you the praise and the glory. In the precious name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. All right, my Rattler brothers, I want to challenge all the clergy. We're looking for every clergy across the nation to donate, and I want to challenge all of you to a $1,000 donation. Let's get it started, 2021.
Man, I'm gonna miss him. 5 years is crazy. Finish like this, guys finished well today. We struggled a little bit yesterday, but to finish it off like they did, like you said, we got 5 great guys. They're all graduating, moving on, and I'm gonna miss them, man. I wish I had them another 4 years, but unfortunately, we gotta let them butterfly away. But I'm just proud of what we've come, what we've accomplished over the last 4 or 5 years. It's crazy. To even be here playing with some of the best players in the whole country, number 1 players here in this field, and to be able to test our games against that. I mean, it just tells the hard work that these guys have put in, and I'm just so proud of them. I was driving this morning, I was thinking about that conversation I had, a couple of last year during COVID. We're sitting around a table, and I, got a bunch of seniors, and we're thinking the season's over, their careers are over, and and they're given an opportunity another year to play and to end here. I mean, it's nuts, man. I mean, again, I don't care what that leaderboard says, the scoreboard. We're champions. the team is champions. These guys are champions, and they need to know that.
It's been an amazing experience. I mean, when I first got here, I knew that the goal coming in was to leave FAMU golf better than I came into it, and I feel like everything that we've been through as a team, the guys just hanging out, golfing, grinding, schoolwork, everything has come together. We've all grown tremendously as people, and it's been a great experience to put FAMU golf on the map. A lot of people would say that we didn't deserve to be here, but I think all the work that we've put in, there's not a doubt in my mind that we deserve to be here, and we proved it. We played pretty solidly, and everyone is gonna know what FAMU golf is after we're done here.
Again, it's been a long road, but this is the way we want to go out. I wish we could have prolonged it, but this isn't bad.
At this time, up for auction is item number 1. At this time, up for auction is item number 2. At this time, up for auction is item number 3. Please welcome our Vice President and Director of Athletics, Mr. Courtney Gaucher.
Greetings, Rattlers. Courtney Gaucher, Vice President and Director of Athletics here at Florida A&M. We are really excited about this opportunity to engage you and facilitate additional support to our athletic program. 2020 was a bittersweet year with a lot of challenges in front of us. However, our priority and our focus remain the same: to develop a first-class student athlete experience. We're really excited about what 2020 will hold. Season football tickets are on sale now. Make sure that you get yours. And we are very hopeful that we will be in a place to fill Bragg Memorial Stadium in a safe and healthy manner. Don't be left out. But most importantly, the student athlete experience is what we're here to talk about today. We need your support more than ever right now to facilitate the much needed nutritional needs, scholarship support, and additional needs to support a Division I athletics program. So please help me and join our favorite Rattlers with generating revenue to support our athletic program and the young men and women that we serve here at Florida A&M. From the bottom of my heart and the entire Department of Athletics, we would like to personally thank each and every one of our boosters and donors who have supported our program in the past and in the future. We couldn't do it without you. Again, please help us strike from the top and take our program to unprecedented heights. Without your support, without your commitment, we could not do it. Again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and we appreciate your support in our program.
Hey, come on here and put that mic in my face.
Keep talking.
I am a Rattler fan. I'm all the way from Virginia Beach, Virginia, doing it big for these Rattlers. The comeback of the 100, that's why I'm here. You feel me? She ain't gonna say nothing. I got this. It's the comeback, baby. Who's gonna win the game today? The Kings of, who you think?
Who's gonna win the battle today?
The Rattlers, baby. Bam, you all the way. And it makes them so bad. It's hot out here. And they still gonna do their thing. They can be cold, raining. We gonna do our thing. Bottom line. Love me some Rattlers. Don't wanna get bit by one, but I love me some Rattlers.
Good job. Bring them in to get beat. If they're going to lose today, good job. Bethune-Cookman University.
What brings you out to the Classic today?
Since I graduated, I'm here every year. That's obvious. 2 + 2 = 4 every day.
Now you got on fan.
Me? No, me.
Bethune-Cookman, that's obvious. 2 + 2 = 4 every day.
Now you got on. Which one?
Me. Me.
Lake City, Florida. All the way live, baby. They got a lot of grills out here, but I'm telling you one thing, this is the best grill that we got. They got dudes called Speed over there in Georgia, but we come straight out the woods. All the way. And we only like 40-some miles from fans. So we bring a fan barbecue to them. They wouldn't come to us in our backyard, so we'll come to them in their front yard.
You look at this my head cook man. He got the meat right.
Greetings, Rattler Nation. I'm happy to be here to support our Rattler Boosters. As an important direct support organization, they fit into this cog that makes Florida A&M University go. And their mission is to support Florida A&M University athletics. As a former baseball player, I certainly understand the importance of having support from our direct support organization. It's what makes this go. I will encourage everybody to continue to support the university and support our boosters. They're on the front line working very, very hard to ensure our student athletes have what they need to be successful on the field as well as in the classroom. So today, I ask your full support of the Rattler Boosters. Let's continue to be great as we lead the country and lead the world. Go Rattlers.
Hello, Rattler family and friends. I'm Carmen Cummings, the Assistant Vice President of University Engagement and Alumni Affairs at the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. We are so elated to be able to celebrate the Rattler Boosters, just to celebrate, period, as we have all been enduring and weathering through this pandemic. We are proud to applaud your many strides, your accomplishments, and financial backing of Rattler athletic programs across the board. So, leave no doubt, the best is yet to come. Keep striking strong.
When you think of FAMU softball, two words come to mind: Veronica Wiggins, the first HBCU softball coach to record 700 wins, retired during the 2020 season. Here's a clip with her and ESPN commentator Tiffany Green.
Eddie Robinson, Jake Gaither, John Merritt, those are some of the black college football coaching legends that immediately come to mind. But if you shift your focus to a different field of play, there's another name that needs to be added to the list of coaching greats, and her name is Veronica Wiggins. Head coach of the Florida A&M softball team since 1992, Wiggins has set the standard for excellence. Of the 26 Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference softball championships, she's won half of them. That alone could justify her greatness, but she continues to prove why she deserves to be in a league of her own. In 2017, the Lady Rattlers, playing in the Puerto Rico Collegiate Softball Classic, handed Wiggins a milestone victory never crossed before by an HBCU coach. Win number 700. But in addition to her on-the-field success, she continues to help cultivate the sport off the diamond through the NCAA selection and rules committees and several advisory boards. Thinking of your time here at FAMU, what's a fond memory that you have of your time as the FAMU softball coach?
Too many. It's really too many, because you got to realize I've seen so many graduations. I've seen so many young ladies leave to become women and have a good character and poise. It's just too many.
Yeah. When one stands out to you, though, do you pick the number of championships that you've won, or the Player of the Years and Hall of Famer and Amber Alford, the longevity that you've had here? There has to be one that maybe is a little bit sweeter.
Be honest with you, it's seeing them graduate every time, and I had made it a point to go to as many graduations as I could. I made it a point. I always buy everybody the same senior gift, and it is a plaque that goes on, a plate that goes on their desk when they become professional, and it says Miss and whatever their name is, because when they first come to me, they're like babies. So I always give them that, letting them know they've gotten a handle on their name.
I mean, a time's gonna come for everybody. They're gonna have to put their cleats, their turf, their coaching board up, and I think when you get to that point where you're not able to get out there anymore and coach it up, you want to know that you've given your all, and she has. She's just been so incredibly wonderful for the sport, but for the people in the game. And I think that anyone that gets into coaching that's been in it for that long, it's about the people. And with Coach Wiggins, it's about the people. She brings so much joy to just loving up kids and watching their growth. And so I'm really proud of her for that, because I think at a time when I'm done coaching, I want to do everything that she's done, and just filling the hearts and souls of all our players, and that's been pretty awesome.
You know, it's almost unrealistic what she's been able to do here in her time, and it goes back to the commitment that she's made to this institution, and not just the institution, but the true genuine ability and privilege that she's had to coach these young women, and the product that she's produced in her tenure. We're talking about not only individuals with great athletic prowess, but also educationally and professionally. The amount of doctors and lawyers that she's been able to produce while winning championships. That's what it's all about. And, you know, Coach, she's understood it from day one, why we're really here and what we truly do as a profession. And she's done it with class and grace every step of the way.
The relationships, we'll stick on that and sit there, because there is a specific type of relationship that you happen to have a knack for recruiting. Sisters, siblings, but a pair of sisters. You've had about beyond 24 pairs of sisters. What is it?
Trust. Parents, I very rarely recruit players. I recruit parents. Parents want to know that their kids are going to be okay. And that's what I give them, till that they're willing to bring their another one, and another one, and another one. So it's just trust.
Hey, Rattler Nation, this is Sika Rose Green, a proud FAMU alum and member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Initiated where? Beta Alpha on the highest of 7 hills. Listen, you know I'm a big supporter of FAMU, and it is vitally important, especially during these times, to support our school. And one of the best ways you can do that is by joining the FAMU Rattler Booster Club. Boosters is here to help support athletics in any way, shape, form, and fashion possible, and they can only do it with the financial support of any and everyone out there who believes in FAMU, believes in Rattler Nation, and wants to see us have and be the best. So I encourage you right now, log on to the website, join the Booster Club, and when the country opens back up, we can't wait to see you in Tallahassee, Florida. Thank you, Rattlers, and remember, always strike, strike, and strike again.
Good afternoon to all of my Rattler friends. It's an exciting day. It's an exciting day here in T-Town, Tallahassee, where we went to school there on the highest of 7 hills. I am excited. I'm Melinda Jackson James, and it's good to be here to say hello to all my Rattler friends, and especially my Soras, my sisters of the Zeta Phi Beta sorority, who graduated with me from Florida A&M University. It has been my special honor to serve as a member of the Boosters Association here at FAMU since I've been retired especially, I've enjoyed meeting with them. And so I come today appealing to my Zeta Sorors who graduated from FAMU to join us as we try to support our athletic programs at FAMU. We know that this is a different year. This pandemic has taken us all by surprise, and we're into all kinds of creative ways to raise money for our wonderful, wonderful, awesome university and to help our students who are there. So I ask you to join me in supporting the Rattler Boosters. Give any donation that you can, and I think that at the end of this presentation, at some point this afternoon, you will see some ways that you can do that. Again, come on, my Zeta Sorors, let's strike and strike and strike again.
No, y'all need to go and find y'all some Rattlers. Hold on. He's looking for Bethune-Cookman and Rattlers that have known each other for a long time. See, that's what you be my neighbor here. This is my neighbor and this is my roommate. That's up. Yeah, we've been around a long time. I knew you before you knew him. Yes, sir. Yeah. My bad. So this is 2 years. This is 2 years. That's what I'm talking about.
So do you guys get together for Thanksgiving by any chance?
We used to move for a living. Not now. Yeah, no, sir. No, sir. I'm not going to his house for Thanksgiving no more. We had crystals at his house. That didn't work. That's only for the Rattlers. We had steak for the Wildcats.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Marvin Joseph, and I'm with, if you do not know her name, please get on the computer right now and Google her name, Miss Natalie White, who played for the Rattlers basketball team from 91 to 95. So you've been here over the years to see the growth of FAMU. What do you see different now with the Classic than it was back then?
I think it's a lot more community involvement, a lot more alumni coming back, as such as myself, some of my teammates who we never really got a chance to enjoy it when we were playing, but over the years we've been able to come back and just see a lot of people who we hadn't seen in years.
Now, how long have you been here in Orlando? From the weekend or from the week? Like, how long have you been here?
I've been here since Thursday.
Gotten in any activities so far?
Went out with a couple alumni functions. Great friends of mine tailgating here, so we just pretty much just laid back.
That's good, that's good.
Hello, Rattlers. We hope you come today to have a lot of fun, because we've planned for that. FUN, but we want you to add a D to that for donation. We don't want you to just have fun. We want you to donate. Why? Because we need it. This is for the athletic department, and not for so much the department, but the student athletes that bring you all those wonderful sports that you like to watch. Now, we know you're gonna buy your season tickets, you're gonna come to the games, but those tickets don't pay for certain things. Those tickets don't pay for the things that bring the student to the game to play. They have to be tutored. They have to have food. They need scholarships. They need not to struggle before the game so they can give you a good game. This is what athletics is all about. The Rattler Boosters is a direct support organization for the student athletes of FAMU. Now, I know you had some problems when you were here. I heard it all. And you say, I know, I'm not going to ever get. Just stop and think. Where would you be if it were not for FAMU? What kind of car would you drive? Where would you live? What kind of income would you have? Well, if you're anything like I was when I came to school, I was the first one in my family to go to college. That hasn't changed a whole lot. There are a lot of first-time college graduates that come from a family that had nobody to go before them. And if it weren't for FAMU, they wouldn't have had an opportunity. You had your opportunity. I know you struggled. Sometimes you were hungry. Sometimes you didn't have book money. Let's try this time to break that station of not having enough to do your best. I think you could have done better, and I know I could have done better if I didn't have some of those struggles, but thank God for those struggles, but somebody donated so that they wouldn't have to struggle so hard. That's what we want you to do. Give a little to support the university that you say you love. Go Rattlers.
At this time, up for auction is item number 4. At this time, up for auction is item number 5. At this time, up for auction is item number 6.
Kevin Wilson. I'm the Associate Athletic Director for External Affairs here at FAMU. And so very proud to sit here and spend some time and encourage all of our Rattler boosters. I want to begin by saying thank you for all of your continued support. There are a number of projects that we've accomplished over the last few years that we could not have done without your support. And so I just wanted to spend some time to talk about our season tickets a little bit. This year we're very excited to offer some unique benefits, whether you're an Investing in Champions or not an Investing in Champions member. And so we encourage you to purchase your season tickets, our Investing in Champions packets. If you do have a credit from 2020, you don't have to worry about anything. You essentially just go into am.ticketmaster.com/FAMU and make sure that your credit is there and that it's available for use. However, if you are going to renew, you did say you didn't renew it during the pandemic, or your circumstances didn't allow, there will be a price increase across the board for all Investing in Champions packets. However, if you pay special attention, there will also be some added benefits as well in terms of parking in Bragg Stadium and ticket allotments as it relates to the Classic, home games, and the OBC as well. And so I definitely strongly encourage you to do so. And one unique wrinkle we have this year for our non-Investing in Champions season ticket holders is you automatically get a parking pass with the purchase of your season tickets. And that will be capped at 1 person per account. Again, that will only be capped at 1 person per account, and that will be restricted to the parking garage. And so we're excited. We want our Rattlers in the stadium. We want you loud. We want you supportive. Thank you for your continued support, Rattler Boosters, and please, I encourage you to keep striking from the top.
We salute our fallen Rattlers. William A. Barber, Jerome D. Shabers, Willie Neal Dent Jr., Amos D. Hill, Kenneth L. Perry, Andre Moses White, Robert Wilson, William Billy Wilson III. And a special salute to a former player who also went on to be athletic director, Ken Riley.
Well, some of the things that he instilled in me about being honest, integrity. When you finish your career and you start your life work, going back into your community and be the best citizen you can be. He was concerned about you as a fatherly figure. One perfect example You know, I never liked spring practice. Matter of fact, the only time I got hurt was in spring. So during that particular time, FAMU, and everybody was on this set, and I had told Coach Gates I got to go and do a assignment for my class. I said, okay, baby, because he was real strong on academic, go ahead on. And he came by in this car, Lincoln, and we were all sitting up on the hill watching the girls. And lo and behold, I saw everybody scattering. I wasn't even paying any attention, and that was Coach Gates. He comes up there and get his mail out of the mailbox. And I scattered too. I didn't know he saw me. The next day I go back into class, and he come and get me out of the class, and he said, baby, sit down. I was his quarterback. He said, you know, you're supposed to be the leader of my football team. You're one of my captains, and you lied to me, baby. He said, that's the most dishonest thing you can ever do. He said, how can I trust you if you do what you're doing now? If you're going to lead my football team, and I don't have any confidence on you. And you know, I thought about it for a while, and boy, I felt like a little mouse. I mean, that stuck with me to this day, and I tell that story all the time about honesty and about leadership. If you're going to lead, you got to lead in a positive way, because it makes a big difference in who follows you and who you are following. So that was an example for me, and that stuck with me the rest of my life. But he always felt that he wanted athletes who were agile, hostile, and mobile. And it carries it throughout the day. And you see, guys, we all talk about it. There's a lot of stories out there, but that one in my mind sticks more than anything.
Piggly Wiggly, food for less. We partner with local suppliers to make sure you have the freshest meats and vegetables to pick from every day. Piggly Wiggly follows strict guidelines to make sure our stores are safe and sanitary for you to shop. Visit your neighborhood Piggly Wiggly store in Quincy and on the South Side in Tallahassee. Piggly Wiggly, food for less.
I present to you the inventors of the Florida Classic. Orlando, the moment is here, and the feeling is right, and the time is now. From the highest of 7 hills, the capital of Florida, the most imitated band in the world, the incomparable, magnificent, fabulous, the #1 band in the world. The moment you've been waiting for, your wait is now over. coming to you. It's time for the 100 to get nasty. 100, take it down. Take it up and hold it.
At this time, up for auction is item number 7. At this time, up for auction is item number 8. At this time, up for auction is item number 9.
Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this opportunity, Lord, to do what you've given us the ability to do. Lord, we thank you for the fans. We pray that you keep everyone safe. Lord, that you keep us safe from danger seen and unseen. Lord, bless the officials. Lord, bless the fans. Lord, bless this football team. Lord, cover us from the crowns of our head to the soles of our feet. Bless the coaches. Bless the support staff. Bless this administration, Lord. And Lord, just give these guys the ability to go out and play for you, Lord. Play for FAMU. Play for one another. Lord, in all things we give you honor. We give you praise. We give you glory. These many blessings are in your most precious holy Son's name. Whose Father? Our Father, which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our trespasses. Give those trespasses against us. Lead us not into temptation. Lead us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, power, and glory forever. All right, here we go. Bring it here tight real quick, guys. You guys have been here, know what we're doing. Everybody else follow along. Good day today, baby. Great day today, baby. Great day. Now let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's a great day today. Now let's go. That is at the university still. Only the president gets to do charge. If he's not here, the next in charge goes. So you go provost. Greg Lawson.
I told him, I said, find me on YouTube.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's Greg Lawson. The green team, green team got Rashawn and Izzy.
Yeah, I'm gonna take green.
White team got Sap and John. Dial them up.
Hey, I gotta ask you about a call now.
Which one?
I want to do rodeo. No more.
If they know how to do it.
Huh? Maskless now. I'm telling the police out here. It's okay.
Hey, when we kick PATs, are we kicking?
Yes.
Do we just keep the linemen that are in the game out there?
Yeah, so the center comes out, the center, snapper, remember, it's on the thing. Center.
Yes, I saw it. I just want to make sure. I apologize.
So keep all the linemen out, just take the center out. I don't know what he's doing. Day. Hey, just run the end route. Just run the end. You got time to do all that. Hey, Jay, keep your feet moving now. Keep your feet moving.
At the Star Spangled Banner.
I think they're kicking that way. I think. Joe, where they kicking?
They're kicking over here.
Kicking this way?
No, kicking that way.
All right, return. One on each team. One on each team. Tick, Terrell, tick.
28-yard line.
Ready. Block.
Yep. Good job. Hey, Kermit. Can you hold? Can you hold?
No, in high school I was just a kicker.
You can't hold?
I've never tried it.
Can you catch?
Yeah.
Oh, you can hold it. Y'all going that way?
Our country has much healing to do. Please enjoy this selection by national recording artist Star Swain.
The hurt, the pain, the kill, the hate that's causing division, broken dreams and hearts is tearing us apart. Lives being lost. Can someone tell me why? Oh, why? Why did our hopes die? Deception, frustration, confusion. It seems like we are losing. It's the worst, but we're the best when we come together. United we stand, together we can win as one. Yes, we can overcome. Stand strong, let fear
can't sleep at night, always thinking about you. If I had a chance to start all over, I would be wishing today on a 40 clover. Leaving would be the last thing on my mind. I could turn back to heaven. Oh, baby. Oh, darling. Can't hold out much longer. See the pain's hitting me. Oh, the hurt is getting stronger. If I had just one more try, I would be yours alone until the day I die. We would have a love so divine. If I could turn back the hands, oh baby, oh, I love you, girl. I need you. So good to me, baby. And I just realized without you I can't go on. 'Cause you're the other half that makes my life complete. If I had one more try, we'd have a love so sweet. Leaving would be the last thing on my mind. If I could turn back the hands. Oh, baby, I love you. Please, please, let me come back home. Oh, baby, girl, I need you. Please, please.
I met Althea Gibson at a very early age. When I was a little kid at the playground on Lincoln Park on Macomb Street in Tallahassee, Florida. Well, she was a playground teacher, and we, after school, we all went to the playground, and it was the responsibility of the playground teacher, obviously, to provide the equipment for us and to make sure that we were safe and secure, and that we had every opportunity to develop our athletic ability. I knew that she was an outstanding athlete. She was from Florida A&M, obviously we knew that, but it was a situation where my excitement came later on when I reflect upon my young days as a kid, and here I was at a playground with world-famous tennis player Althea Gibson.
Althea Gibson was born in Silver, South Carolina on August 25, 1927. While growing up in Harlem, Dr. Walter Johnson, who later mentored Arthur Ashe, took interest in her abilities. He opened her up to the tennis scene with specialized training and connected her to the United States Tennis Association. Gibson caught the attention of coaches at FAMU, where she attended on an athletic scholarship. For the first time in her career, she competed against white competitors. Gibson began to mature, and everyone saw the potential in her during her days at FAMU. She was a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. With racism rampant in America after her college career, she was delegated to the American Tennis Association, an association specifically for African American athletes. In 1947, Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball, and 3 years later, Gibson would do the same as the first African American player in the National Tennis Championship. She was also the first African American invited to play Wimbledon. From there, her career blossomed. In 1956, she won both the singles title in the French Open and the U.S. Open. She followed that with her historic win at Wimbledon in 1957. During this amazing career, she won 56 doubles and singles titles. She won 11 major titles, including 3 straight doubles at the French Open in 1956, 57, and 58. She was the winner of the French Open in 1956, Wimbledon in 1957 and 58, and the U.S. Open in 1957 and 58.
And so it was one of those situations that the excitement, unfortunately and ironically, came later on when I began to reflect upon my life and the great times that I had. Obviously, this always comes up that, hey, our playground teacher was Althea Gibson. You know, I met Willie Gallimore. With them, I was older and I knew who he was as an outstanding football player. But obviously, during those days, tennis was not a big thing. As a matter of fact, what was really ironic is that we used to take the tennis nets down and skate on them, and that was our first skating rink. I'm sure she didn't appreciate that, but we never realized that, you know, she didn't give us a problem about it.
In 1957, Gibson was the first African American to be named as the Female Athlete of the Year by the Associated Press, earning her a cover on Sports Illustrated and Time magazine. She was given that honor again the following year. She paved the way for African American tennis players who came after her. Serena Williams was the first black woman since Althea Gibson to win the U.S. Open. Venus Williams was the first black woman since Gibson to win Wimbledon. The Williams sisters have given credit to Gibson throughout their careers for her leading the way for them to be successful. Gibson was also a traveling talent as she played tennis matches before Harlem Globetrotter basketball games, where she reportedly earned over $100,000 a year doing so. Tommy Mitchell was a member of the Harlem Globetrotters for a number of years. Gibson was a woman of many talents. In 1958, she wrote an autobiography entitled, "I Always Wanted to Be Somebody." She also released an album titled Althea Gibson Sings and appeared in a film entitled The Horse Soldiers, which featured John Wayne in 1959. The smooth, thinly framed Gibson also had her talent spread to professional modeling.
We have two of the world's greatest tennis players now reflecting upon the effect and obviously the recognition that they get as world famous tennis players. But of course, what's really outstanding is when they reflect that Althea paved the way for them. And of course, and I'm a big Venus and Serena fan. And so obviously I feel very good about it. And once again, it gives me something else to talk about as I talk to my own grandchildren, which I have about 11. And then as I go about recruiting or talking about Florida A&M, it's always a great thrill when we can say that the first African American to win at Wimbledon and U.S. Open was a graduate of Florida A&M University.
2, 3.
I'm Dr. Lalisa Scudder-Durden, and I'm a proud graduate of Florida A&M University. And what brings me here today is the unveiling of the Althea Gibson statue. She is also a graduate of Florida A&M, and yesterday would have been her 92nd birthday. So we're all so happy to be here. Thank you.
It makes us feel great, you know, like just to see something like this and someone of, you know, her background and where she came from and how she's being, you know, celebrated today. And you know, with the statue, I think it's great, and it makes, you know, it makes a big change.
She's an amazing athlete. She played on the LPGA in 1964. She was the first African American person of color to play on the LPGA. I mean, this woman is extraordinary, and that she deserves this attention, and also she'll inspire. If people really learn her story, like Eric's talking about, believe me, it'll inspire them to do great things with their lives.
Well, it was a very inspirational moment for me to hear these great tennis giants talk about the ultimate giant in women's tennis being this FAMU graduate, Althea Gibson, talking about how she inspired them, motivated them, trained them, and played with them throughout her career, and to have that culminate in her being, you know, honored with this statue here in front of Arthur Ashe Stadium. It's just amazing. For all the Rattlers out there, this is a special day for all of us. One of her dear colleagues put it this way: she's looking over Arthur Ashe Stadium. She's a pioneer. She is the Jackie Robinson of tennis, not just women's tennis. She opened the door to Arthur Ashe, Venus and Serena, all the other players who spoke today. It's just phenomenal when you think about what this Rattler did for the history of tennis and for the present day tennis in this nation and around the world.
Let's sit down and talk with the man who runs the sideline at Bragg Stadium, head coach Willie Simmons.
All right, Rattler fans, we are here with head coach Willie Simmons. I am Vaughn Wilson, and in the sense of security for our head coach and myself, we're going to socially distance, so I will be off camera and Coach will be on. Coach, welcome to the Rattler Booster Kickoff 2021 Virtual Edition.
It's a pleasure to be on, Vaughn.
Coach, we're going to start back first in these two segments. We're going to start talking about the 2019 season, your second season with the Rattlers. You got a veteran at quarterback, and the team just seemed to click. After that first game at UCF, it just seemed like the team hit stride.
Yeah, they did. You know, obviously starting out the gate with one of the top teams in America, UCF, was a challenging task. You know, we had a few guys that weren't able to play that first game, and so we really didn't go down with a loaded deck, you know, and we took it on the chin. But the one thing I can say about that bunch was that they were very resilient, you know. So we came back that next day, you know, we watched the film, and we made them understand that, you know, a lot of the plays UCF made were us, you know, not doing what we were supposed to do. And so it really gave the guys a sense of ownership, really showed them what accountability looks like. And I think that moment taught us that if we were going to be a very good football team, that everyone had to do their part, you know. And so after that week, we came together and started a 9-game streak where we played some very, very stiff competition, played some games that came down to the wire, and our guys found ways to get it done. And so we found ourselves, you know, leading the nation in rankings, you know, being number 1 in the nation for much of the season. And again, just a lot of positive momentum until obviously we, you know, didn't close it out the way that we wanted to, you know, in the Florida Classic. But again, all in all, great season, you know, 9-2, best record in HBCU football. Depending on who you ask, you know, the HBCU national champions, and just set a foundation for this program to continue our upward trajectory to be the premier HBCU in FCS football.
Coach, a big part of what you've tried to do is rekindle the spirit here on the Hill, and that was seen no more in the next man up mentality that you've brought in the North Carolina A&T game. You know, FAMU all-time leading passer Ryan Stanley went down, and Rashawn McKay came in and helped seal the deal. Just talk about that mentality and the growth of the team that you saw in year 2.
No question about it. You know, one of the things that we felt as a staff it would take to build a great football program is to create competition at every position. You know, and obviously Ryan was the incumbent when we came in. It was going to be very hard to unseat him. But we gave our guys, Rashawn, LaJohn Howard, Cameron Sapp, and those guys every opportunity to compete with Ryan in the spring and in training camp. You know, so what that did was not only did it make Ryan raise his level of play because he knew that the guys weren't going to just hand him the job, it prepared those guys for moments such as that. You know, and so when Rashawn got into the game against A&T, I wasn't nervous as the head coach and play caller. He wasn't nervous as the quarterback because he had been preparing for that moment all season and went in and did a phenomenal job. Game went into overtime. You know, and at that point, the two top teams in HBCU football going head-to-head into overtime, you know, they got the ball first and went down to kick the field goal, and, you know, a third and long situation, and Rashawn stepped up and made a huge throw to Marcus Williams to win the game. And so just set the foundation that he went the next week and started against Morgan State and beat Morgan State on the road. And so I think that was kind of one of the things about that football team was not only did we compete, but we were deep at a lot of positions. And that was evident by what Rashawn McKay was able to do in Ryan's absence.
Let's talk about Ryan Stanley. We got to close the chapter on Ryan Stanley. Phenomenal career at FAMU. Broke virtually every passing record while he was there and helped propel this team. He was obviously the leader of that team in 2019.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You know, what can we say about Ryan? You know, he's a kid that probably endured more criticism than anybody who's worn the orange and green in a long time. You know, and took his fair share of lumps. You know, before we got here, was a part of I think a 2-9 team, a 1-10 team, and was a young guy at the time, and just kept working to get better. And then when we came in, kind of gave him a breath of fresh air. You know, obviously our offense is very quarterback friendly. is built around the quarterback and his decision making, and that was one of Ryan's strengths. He was a very good decision maker. And so we just put him in position to what we call drive the car. You know, we always make the analogy that, you know, he's driving in a big body Maybach, you know. And when you buy cars, luxury cars like that, you don't do anything to it. You know, you don't go buy a Maybach Benz or you know, a Lamborghini and put rims on it. You don't put a sound system in it. You just get in there and just drive it. And so with the guys we had around him, like Xavier Smith, Chad Hunter, Zende Ray, Bishop Bonnet, and the likes, you don't have to do anything but just get the ball where it needs to be. And that's one thing that Ryan did a great job of the last 2 years. And like you said, rewrote the record books here at Florida A&M, which can be dubbed quarterback U by many standards. And so for him to leave with virtually every passing record really just goes to show the caliber of player that he is. And I said it then, and I truly stand by this. I don't think Ryan Stanley's impact on FAMU football will be recognized right now. I think it'll be down the road when we finally look back and say, you know what, he had one of the best careers in college football history at this level with what he was able to do on the football field and leading a group of guys to a new era of FAMU football.
Well, great, Coach. Now, you already started naming Bishop Bonnet and Xavier Smith and guys on offense. Just talk about some of the guys we have coming back looking forward.
Well,
so let's start with the offense.
Yeah, I mean, we're blessed and fortunate to have a loaded football team returning with a lot of experienced players. You know, you start in the backfield. You know, we have Bishop Bonnet, who's been, again, seems like he's been here forever. And, you know, Bishop had a very good first year when we got here. Battled some injuries, but when he was healthy, Bishop averaged almost 8 yards a carry and had some very, very explosive games. And so he's shown his game-breaking ability when he's healthy. You match him with Terrell Jennings. You know, they're kind of a thunder and lightning type of dynamic, you know, where Terrell's the big back, 6 foot, 235-pound running back who squats over 600 pounds, you know, and so he's a tank. And you saw in that last game of the year, when he lowers his head, he lowers it with bad intentions, you know. So he's a guy that you don't want to tackle, what they say in the phone booth, you know. And so you better go around those ankles and knees, because if you get up above his waist or higher, you're going to feel that tackle a lot more than he will. But again, those two guys bring a great 1-2 punch, and we have some young guys pushing them as well. The receiver group, I would venture to say, is probably the most talented receiver group in the country. You know, when you look at Xavier Smith and what he's been able to do in the last 2 years, first year here, 52 catches, you know, over 700 yards, and then last year just you know, lit it up with 77 catches for almost 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns. And so for a guy to leave to finish the season ranked in the top 5 in FCS in receptions, yards, and touchdowns just shows what type of game-breaking ability that he has. You pair him with a guy like Chad Hunter, who, when he's healthy, is just as productive. You know, our first year, Chad was that leading receiver, that guy that was looking like he was about to have a 1,000-yard season before the injury bug struck him, you know, but he's back fully healthy, and you pair those two guys together, you got a very, very dangerous receiver unit. And then, not to be unthought about, is David Manigo, you know, a guy that came in when Chad went down last year and just took his game to another level. You know, he's a tall guy in the group, 6'3", 190 pounds, great in one-on-one situations, and with what we do offensively, it invites those one-on-one matchups with defenders, and he does a great job of high-pointing the ball, as evidenced in South Carolina State when he finished with 11 catches. And then Zende Ray is a guy who's shown for 3 or 4 years now how dynamic he can be as a running back and as a receiver, as a returner. I mean, he's probably our most versatile guy, and we have some innovative ways to get him the ball this year. So, like I said, there's no shortage of weapons. You know, we lost Ryan Stanley, and, you know, it's going to be tough to replace him. But whoever gets the job has the fortune of being able to turn around and hand it to or throw it to some very, very dangerous weapons, and that's not even including the transfers and guys we just signed in this recent class.
All right, and we'll talk a little bit about defense, and then we'll take a break. And, you know, defense led by Derek Mayweather and Marquise Bell. Defense is looking really solid coming back, Coach.
Yeah, we're very excited. You know, obviously we lost probably the biggest piece to that puzzle, which is Ralph Street, our defensive coordinator. You know, and he left us a few weeks ago and took the position job at his alma mater, Marshall. So again, hate to lose him. He's meant so much to this defense over the last few years with his temperament, with his mindset. You know, but very excited about promoting Brandon Sharp and Ryan Smith, to both serve as co-coordinators. And so those are two guys that bring a ton of experience, a ton of knowledge to the defensive side of the ball. And talking to those guys the last couple of weeks, they have some great ideas about how we can take our defense to the next level, from the front end to the back end. So defensive line-wise, a lot of depth. One of the emphasis for us in the last 2 recruiting classes was really increase our depth on the interior defensive line. We felt that at times we were overmatched with other teams' size. So we went out and we signed Donald Hall, 6'3", 315 pounds. We went out and signed Savion Williams in this recruiting class, 6'4", 290. Christoph Troop, Tamari Brown from McCullough, Gentle Hunt down in Gainesville, Malcolm Mosher from Pensacola, and Kamari Stevens from Jacksonville. So when you look at the interior front now, it's loaded with guys, 290 and up. And so we feel like we'll have a stout defensive line now. And any great defense, it starts up front. It takes a lot of pressure off the back end. So you have those guys there. You talked about Derek Mayweather at linebacker. You pair him with Darius Fagan and Demetri Powell, some of those guys. We feel like we have a very active athletic linebacker core. And then secondary-wise, we feel like we're very talented back there as well, led by Marquise Bell. What can I say about Bell? I mean, he's just a phenomenal football player in every aspect of the word. He's a guy that has a very bright future, NFL career, if he continues to do things the right way. But when you have a 6'3", 200-pound safety that can run, that can cover, and that will knock you out, I mean, it makes for an enforcing defense. So, again, I know Coach Sharp and Coach Smith probably have a hard time sleeping at night, thinking about all the talent we have on that side of the ball, and just being able to come up with creative ways to maximize their abilities and put together a scheme that can give us a chance to have a dominant defense.
King P Entertainment. King P Entertainment.
And staff and other things that are not exactly the way you want to build a program. So where we need your support today is we need you to come back and work with us and invest in this program. We can't build a program by cutting, but we can build a program by investing. So for those of you that are already contributing, thank you. For those of you that are considering, please consider hard. For those of you that are on the bubble, again, we need your support. FAMU athletics is clearly moving in the right direction, whether it be football, whether it be basketball, whether it be track and field, whether it be swimming, tennis, or golf. All of these sports are on their way. We want our kids to enjoy the same privileges and luxuries as any other state university. We're excited about where we are, but we think we can go even further, and we really need your support. So again, if you've not considered being a FAMU booster, if you've not considered supporting the athletic program, what better time to join? We are moving into the SWAC. We're leaving the MEAC, moving to the SWAC. It's going to create some outstanding matchups between some long-time rivals such as Southern, Alabama A&M, Alabama State. And I know you want to be there, and I know you want to be a part of it. So join us and support Rattler Boosters.
King P Entertainment.
Take me back to the days.
You better blow that saxophone, baby. Blow it. Yes, sir. Blow it.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for my homie, King P.
Make some noise! It's your boy King P. You might know me as Philip Solomon Stewart, saxophonist. We're gonna do a little thing, you know what I'm saying? From Miami by way of Jamaica. Check out that video from Kingston, Jamaica. Good five. This record called It's Go Time. It's Go Time. It's number 22. Let's go.